Is that on your own?
Yeah. Hashtag butts.
Hashtag butts. Hashtag thick Puerto Rican boy.
I'm not. Okay.
Hi, welcome to Savepoint, a show where we talk about video games and topics that you send to us through Tumblr, Twitter, and YouTube using hashtag Savepoint. I'm Michael Anthony.
I'm Ryan Shepard.
I'm Hunter Taylor.
And that was one take! Yeah! Woo! First take!
I think we're done here.
We're done.
No.
Goodbye. Alright.
We're going to do some topics, I guess. Topics that you send us. Also, send us topics.
Yes.
Don't wait for us to ask. Just do it. When you have a whimsy, you're like, oh, I had a thought.
Mm-hmm.
What do they think about it? Ask us. If you use hashtag Savepoint, I'll find it.
And like our Facebook, please.
We're at 95 likes on Facebook, by the way.
Our Facebook
5
game
away
is
from
pretty
100.
weak right now.
5 away from 100. What is that?
Exactly.
Okay, this is from Connor McGuire at Punjab McGee on Twitter. What do you think about the Telltale Games titles coming out? Which titles are you looking forward to the most? So I think that's the question of the day.
Just
That is this question.
more Walking Dead. That's honestly...
Actually, I haven't played it yet, but The Wolf Among Us, even though it's already out.
Yes.
No, Game of Thrones, I'm gonna lie. It's Game of Thrones.
I don't know. In a past episode, you'd know that I'm kind of cool. I'm not hot on this whole Telltale taking in all the games and spreading himself thin. But
I don't know if anybody is excited for the Tales from the Borderlands.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't heard anybody say they're excited for
Well, because Borderlands isn't super narrative heavy. I'm sorry
No.
if you love their story, but that's not what the game's about.
I mean, to be fair, the dialogue is very well written. It's
good.
Sharp dialogue, but it's not like, wow, this needs comic books and novels and side video games and movies. It's not deep mythology.
Yeah, it's not deep.
But it's the same thing we were just talking
wide.
about off camera, the relationship thing. I was like, oh, are they together or are they not together? It's star-crossed lovers.
Exactly. For our female viewers who don't know this, and I'm sorry, men, we're about to throw you under the bus. Men love a good romance subplot. If I'm watching a show, I'm like, are they gonna get together yet? I'm so into that. You have no idea.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. Men love that kind of stuff.
Alright, so Game of Thrones, what was yours?
Actually Game of Thrones, and I want to get into Walking Dead, so I'm really interested.
Actually, I didn't play Walking Dead. I watched a good bit of it online on YouTube. I don't know why I did that like it was a drop. I don't know if you know about YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm hooked.
I don't know. I'm kind of. I love The Walking Dead, but I haven't bought episode 1 of season 2. I'm gonna wait till episode 3 comes out, and then I'm just gonna binge.
I heard nothing but good things though.
Yeah, exactly. No, the first season was incredible, and I can only assume if they're gonna keep that caliber, it's gonna be amazing. You know what I mean?
Amazeballs.
Yeah.
All right. I hope that answered your question.
So we excited.
All right, here we go. Next topic. That was a thin one. I don't want to pick up a thin one. This is from Andrew Francombe at Franco Berry. Yes! Yes!
I love it.
That's an awesome name. What do you think about PlayStation Now? It can be very exciting if it's executed properly.
Wow.
Wow.
PlayStation is wow.
PlayStation is a league of wow.
Right.
It's contributing that wow factor.
If I'm gonna think about PlayStation, I'm probably gonna be thinking about WoW.
Exactly. If you take a WoW and you nurture it through its wowhood, when it becomes the inevitable wow that the WoW would wow, it's a PlayStation Now. Wow.
Now you know the power of wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
Wow.
But there was one, it looks pretty wow all around. From what they showed at CES, which is going on right now in Vegas, or in the past if you're watching this in the future, which will then be the present for you. And it looks really good. They showed it, and even in its early stages, it's apparently very functional. There is some input lag a little bit, but from what I've read, it is still very playable. They tested it on the Bravia TV, which has the built-in capability for the streaming of PlayStation 3 games so far. I imagine they're expanding that to PlayStation 2 and 1 as well, hopefully. It should be pretty cool. But yeah, they say it works pretty well.
I actually think, from a business perspective,
They did last time.
from their choice, I think it's a bold choice that they're starting with that streaming, as opposed to what everyone assumed the reason they bought Gaikai, which was just to stream PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games so that they wouldn't have to build-in backwards
Well,
compatibility.
they're
And I know that that's talked about, like that's gonna come
Yeah.
eventually, but I always thought that that was going to be
right.
the
No, you would
first
think
step,
so.
you know?
But I guess what they're gonna do to like, oh, is this gonna hurt PlayStation 3 sales? They're limiting the selection.
Yeah.
So you know what it's probably gonna be is it's gonna be the games that are available on PS Plus. That's my guess.
Mhm.
Is the games that you get on PS Plus are probably what you're gonna get to stream. And then from there you can probably buy like a digital copy or anything.
Yeah.
But there is one non-WoW thing, something not WoW about PlayStation Now. PlayStation not WoW is that with the online multiplayer, apparently there's no distinction. So if you're playing The Last of Us multiplayer on a PS Vita, if you actually own one, and you're playing online, you will also be playing with people who are playing on PlayStation 3. Which worries me because if you're completely streaming this game versus someone who actually has a fucking console in front of them, you're not going to be able to compete.
No,
They're
you
going to
can't.
mow you down.
You can't.
They're going to eat you for breakfast.
Because anybody who plays any game online knows that it's fractions of a second most of the time. That, especially in shooters,
Mhm.
it's fractions of seconds that determine who wins a fight. And when you're already losing fractions of a second to the stream, not just accounting for the fact that your internet might not be perfect,
Yeah.
or the host and all these other variables, you're already you're going in the wrong way.
And it's a whole can of worms when you're talking about playing the same game on different platforms. Like if you're playing a game on a PS Vita, how is that going to translate to playing with it on the DualShock 3?
It's a lot different because the Vita, it obviously only has 2 buttons on the top, but it has like a touchpad behind the actual system. So you're already kind of at a disadvantage there, especially if you're playing shooters. So
Is
it's
it
kind
WoW
of-
or not WoW? I want to know your opinion. You are a PlayStation guy.
I don't have a Vita, but I want a Vita.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think you would be at a really big disadvantage if you played on Vita. I don't think it would be really fair. I mean, like, you can get used to it, and you can become
right.
decent at it, but you would obviously be a lot better if you just had a very
They
good
should
PlayStation.
probably give you the option, like when you go in online lobbies, of like,
Yeah.
oh, do you want to go in, like, you know how like you can do like game preferences in a lot of games? Like,
Yes.
yeah, there should be like a filtering where it's like, do you want to play with everyone who has this game, or just the people who are playing it on the system you're playing it on?
That would make a lot more sense.
So that's the only thing I worry about. Otherwise, it looks amazing. Also, like the fact that you can freaking just stream to a TV that your console's not plugged into. That's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's crazy. Wait, why do you need a Vita? What's it called? The Vita TV? Is that useless now?
First off, it was useless when it came out, and I will fight Sony to the death about that. I really will.
Wait, I don't see how it was useless when it came out, but now it
I mean,
definitely seems like it.
it was useless when it came out,
Mm-hmm.
but if the streaming service is coming to a Vita TV,
Yeah.
if it's coming to Vita TV, then the Vita's not useless. But then it makes the PlayStation Vita useless. Like why spend all the money to buy a Vita? Spend all that money to buy a Vita when you can pay what, like
It's
$100,
$100, right?
$100 less or $200 less to get a Vita TV that works as a Vita and as a PS3 in for some games. You know, okay, let's say why buy a Vita and a PS3 when you can just buy a Vita TV for dirt, for nothing in comparison.
You're
to buying
probably still
both.
gonna want to have the PS3 though. I mean, just for I don't know. I like to own things and actually have a.
Oh no, so do I. I totally get that. But there are going to be people. I'm sure there's going to be a sizable chunk of the market who's just going to go. No, I'm not going to spend $500 when I can buy something. When I can just buy. How much is a Vita TV? $100?
Mm-hmm.
Or like
I
$200?
think it's $99. That's the price tag.
Why spend $500 when I can just spend $800?
I think it's people who aren't collectors, that don't want all that stuff.
But that's the thing. That market's growing. The casual market of people who casually play video games. That's growing.
Yeah.
So if that market continues to grow, then they're chomping just a huge piece of their own profit out.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, what do I know? I'm not Kaz Hirai. I'm not Shuhei Yoshida. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Maybe it's because you don't really know about WoW.
I don't know about WoW. Not WoW over here. I'll tell you that much.
Not even ShamWow. Is that guy dead yet?
No, but he got arrested. You know why he got arrested?
Why?
He got arrested because he bought a prostitute,
Mm-hmm.
and the prostitute was biting his tongue, and he found it uncomfortable, so he punched her in the face and just assaulted her, and they arrested him and the prostitute.
As horrible as it is, I pictured it like a comic book panel. he punches her, and the exclamation there, ShamWow!
Shampoo.
Shampoo! That's awful. That's terrible. No excuse. You should never.
Exactly.
No, that's not okay.
Women, don't become prostitutes. Men, don't be prostitutes.
I'm not. Don't beat people. That's what I'll say.
Exactly. Don't be people in general.
That's what I will say.
Alright, from Tumblr, Farinox said.
Pharynx? Pharynx? Pharynx. I'm gonna say it's pharynx.
No, you got it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I would say Farinox.
Pharynx? Alright, fair enough.
Charity fundraising gaming marathons.
Okay, so do you know about any of these?
Yes.
I wanted to do that this year, but we weren't ready. I mean last year, past tense, in 2013.
Okay, here's the question, and I want to know this. And this is a moral thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I saw that someone was playing like Mega Man 6. He was playing an old Mega Man game for charity speedrun,
Yeah.
but he was glitching.
So why does it matter?
Because a lot of the time, those are funded by companies,
Mhm.
and that can be, especially if that charity money is going through to a private organization.
Yeah.
Because there's some, if you guys don't know, there's some charities who take money off the top. They take money off the top because they need to fund their workers. Okay. Could you consider that him defrauding the company? Because if they're saying that they're going to donate money for if he could play the game, you're like, oh, we'll pay this much if you can do it in this time, and then the longer you take, the less.
Oh,
we'll
okay,
give you.
because it's a speed run.
Because it's a speed run.
Oh, okay.
So he would be.
Yeah, no, that's wrong.
In theory, he would be defrauding them,
Yeah.
especially if it's an organization that does take money off the top.
Would that not be the equivalent of taking a shortcut in a marathon?
Yes.
That would be that. That's wrong. I'm just thinking of the marathons. Like the one I'm familiar with that I want to do this year, we'll probably do later on, is Extra Life, where it's a 25-hour gaming marathon
Of what?
of whatever you want, and you stream it. So you commit to streaming for 25 hours. But what I figured what we would do and kind of like take the cheap way out is do a relay.
Just
I'll do 6 hours, hand the torch to you, 6 hours, 6
Yeah, that's not
What's
too
6
bad.
times 4? 24. So one person gets an extra hour.
I'll take that extra hour.
Yeah.
I'll be the anchor. That's the last person on
Yeah.
the relay.
Yeah.
I'll be the anchor.
Is that cheating? Is that cheating if we do the 25 hours as a relay?
I don't know. Is it cheating?
Is that
America?
And I really love the concept though, because it's like, you know how a marathon, you get sponsors like, hey, I'm going to run this 30-mile race. Give me some money to give to charity. Or don't give me the money. Give money to charity in my name.
Exactly.
But with video games and just sitting there playing. I kind of want to try it though. I want to see if I can play for 25 hours and see
I mean,
afterwards.
if I was 13 years old and I was playing Halo 2, then I'd be like, hey man, 50 hours consecutive, let's just go. Because I would have done that
The
because I was a little
scariest thing
kid.
that's ever happened to me is I think I played Pokemon on my Game Boy Advance once for like 13 hours, and I looked up and I couldn't see right. Like, I lost a significant amount of vision for hours. I was like, it's gone. I fucked up my eyes. But eventually, my vision did get back to normal. That or I adjusted. Does that ever freak you out? Like, your eyes get messed up and you're wondering, like
I have glasses. That stuff scares me so much.
you're like, wait, did my vision return, or did I just adjust to my new crap vision?
If you had to choose one game now, though, like to play for 25 straight hours, or 24 hours.
Man, didn't we have this as a topic?
I think
Yeah,
so.
we did.
And we were all like, Titanfall doesn't even exist yet. What was we?
Wasn't it last week?
That was last week's top. That was last week's question. Yes.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it was like 2 weeks ago.
something like that.
Anyway, so right now, dude, I don't know.
I can play Splinter Cell multiplayer.
Yeah,
For
I'm with you.
25
I'll play.
I can
with
play
you.
Blacklist multiplayer for 25 hours.
I could do that.
Provided I don't get in a lobby with guys that are so good. Because there's nothing worse than playing Splinter Cell and then you're like, yeah, we're killing it, everyone's so good, and then getting somebody so much better than you that's hitting a brick wall. Like, just all your momentum gone.
And I hate when you have that feeling, you're like, I'm good at this game. You're like, no, I meant I was good for my level.
Yeah.
For my experience, I'm good, but not to you.
Exactly. Don't let me play against you.
Yeah, right now.
What's your game?
I actually just started Ni no Kuni for the first time.
Is it good?
So far, it's really good and very beautiful, and the soundtrack's amazing. It's probably actually my favorite soundtrack of last year. But yeah, I'd have to say that game because people were plugging in like 80 hours plus on that game.
I believe it.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like it's like the game could just keep going and going and going. So I guess Ni no Kuni for me right now. I'm really addicted to it.
I don't know why I thought of this, because I thought of Shadow of the Colossus when you talked about a Japanese game. And did you see there's a game coming out that's like somewhat like Shadow of the Colossus, but it looks like you have like vehicles and I think you have like guns and stuff. I saw like a thumbnail for it, but I'm already in.
See, like as soon as you were like, oh, there's a game coming out, I was like, the first thing that popped in my head, Last Guardian.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Last Guardian.
It's not Last Guardian. It's one word. I'm gonna find out right after this video anyway.
If that ever comes out, ever.
It won't.
I've been waiting the past
It'll never come out.
4 or 5 years.
Yeah. You guys can't see off screen. We have someone reassuring us that it will come out. I don't believe
it's
gonna
a
come
VIP.
out. Yes.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be one of those things where like maybe there'll be like a hint at E3 where they're just like, by the way, bam!
By the way, this game exists. And everyone's gonna be like, oh no, Last Guardian, this is gonna be awesome. And they're gonna be like, not coming out this
2016,
right?
Like literally all.
Or they'll just drop it, like, oh, it's out by
20 on the screen, 2016,
That's what people-
and then in parentheses, tentative.
That's what
Like-
people keep thinking Valve is gonna do with Half-Life 3. They're just gonna be like, oh, by the way, it's on Steam, and people are just gonna be like,
You know, it'd be so funny if they did put it on Steam and they didn't even put it on the front page.
Like, bury it.
Yeah, you're just looking through like the catalog of Half-Life games, like okay, you know, Lost Coast, Half-Life 2, Episode 1, Half-Life 3, what the fuck? What? And you start like you click it and you buy it and you're like, what?
All the trailers, all stuff you've never seen before. It's all this crazy. Like, is this real? Is this real? Am I doing this?
That would be the most amazing thing.
Valve, do it. That'd be awesome.
But that would require them to make a game. So it's not happening.
You know they're probably working on it though.
No.
It's just on the back burner, I think.
Like, if you know anything, if you know about their organizational structure, like how their company is. So okay, they don't have a boss. No one in Valve is
I don't
a
know.
boss.
Gabe Newell
No,
is kind of top doggy.
no. If you have the Valve employee handbook, which I do have, I have.
Why do you have the employee handbook?
Don't even worry about it.
I want to do a few interviews.
Don't worry about it. On the page it says like we don't have a boss, and then in parentheses it says Gabe Newell, our figurehead, is most certainly not your boss. It says it in specific that Gabe Newell. It says Gabe Newell is most definitely not your boss. He is the most not your boss out of all the people who work there.
Are you serious?
There are no bosses. There are no titles. I don't want to sound like douchey or artsy, but they're like a collective. Like
Really? That's
they
actually
don't have a
interesting
boss.
though.
They don't have a boss. They don't have a
So what are they, a
standard
democracy?
structure.
How do they make decisions?
They just do what they do. They just do whatever they want. And if you make a game and people sound like if people are interested in it, then they just move their workstations over to where
Well,
you
they
want.
have to have some sort of like central nervous system.
Oh,
Like,
they do because they have this big data. They have a big database that talks about.
it's GLaDOS. GLaDOS runs Valve.
They have this big database where they posit ideas and say, "Hey, I'm going to start working on this." If someone finds it interesting, then they can just come over to you and start working on it. And then inevitably, as a studio, if enough people start to work on it, then they say, "Okay, this is a game, and we're going to release this as a game." You know what I mean? But that's how they make games.
Why are we not part of Valve? You can hire us right now.
I do think they're working on Half-Life.
I don't.
I
I think they're all content
think they're just
with their
taking-
giant money pile.
No, they're gonna
sitting-
make Half-Life 3 because otherwise we'll eventually
Kill them.
storm the Bastille.
Like,
Like,
I
if
think-
they have a headquarters, we'll burn it down.
I personally just think that they've probably been working on it for a while. That's just my guess, and they're trying to make it as stand up.
Well, the thing is my theory, and I'm sticking by, is that Half-Life 1 was like the original Source engine, and then like even if you play like TF2 now, or if you play Left 4 Dead,
I
it
think I know where
still
you're going.
runs on the Half-Life 2 Source engine.
Yeah, I don't think.
I think the new Source engine is going to signify Half-Life 3.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think Valve will release a new game until there's a Source Engine 2.
Yeah.
That's what I've been thinking for a while now. Since Portal 2 was their most recent game.
No,
like
no,
console,
Left 4 Dead
console
2.
Was it Left 4 Dead 2?
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead 2 came out in 2009.
Then Portal 2
Portal
after
2
that?
came out with...
2009.
Really?
2009.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Well, no, there is a game that came out from Valve after that, though. Dota 2.
Well, that's like
Dota 2.
what I'm saying is like, is Dota?
What?
Does
Dota-
Dota
I
use
think-
Steam?
I-
Does Dota? I mean, it's not Steam. Does Dota use the Source Engine?
It doesn't. It doesn't.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Like,
actually,
I
I think it
think-
was developed by an outside studio, but it's owned by Valve.
Like, I don't think they're gonna release Left 4 Dead 3, or they're gonna release another Counter-Strike or another game like that. I take it back, Counter-Strike Go.
Actually, Counter-Strike Go came out after Portal 2.
Yeah, no,
didn't
it did, but even then, Counter-Strike Go is just a
Life
reskin.
is
It's just a reskin. It's like a reskin of Counter-Strike
yeah, it
Source. You know, I don't think they're gonna release a brand new game until there's a Source Engine 2. I really
Look, if there isn't a Half-Life 3 by 2015, I say we boycott.
Well, you better start making those signs because the game's not coming out in 2015.
It could make it happen.
I'm thinking 2016. I give it 2016.
I'm thinking announcement. that it exists in 2016.
Guys, I need
not
something
even,
like
not even like, oh, look at the first images of our game. Just the logo. They're just gonna release the logo. Like, yeah, we're gonna start on it now. Like that kind of thing.
Like with Uncharted 4.
Exactly. Just and then we'll play it in 2019 because it's just gonna keep getting pushed back. Half-Life 3 Episode 1, 2025.
You're crushing Ryan's heart right now.
Unaccepted.
I'm sorry.
Unaccepted.
You know what? I'm not lying to you. I'm just telling you the right truth. I'm just telling you something you need to hear.
And then at E3, Half-Life 3.
I would love that. That would be amazing.
You saw I think it's Freddie W. What he did was when they were like, oh yeah, we're here at E3, and he panned over and he goes, this is the Half-Life 3 booth. It's empty. And he put in, like, they used special effects to just digitally create a Half-Life 3 booth tucked away in the corner, and no one was in the line for it at all. It was like, I guess no one wants to play that.
That's not funny. That's not funny.
We veered so far off.
Thanks for joining us
Yes.
on Savepoint today. Don't forget to leave us a comment and like the video, and also tell us, I don't know.
Tell us when you think,
Half-Life, yeah.
when is Half-Life,
Half-Life
just give us the year. When is Half-Life 3 coming out?
Actually, you know, if you guess the day and you're right, I'll I don't know, build a statue in your honor.
yes.
Okay, what year?
I won't do that.
What year do you think?
I'm gonna say 2015 because I believe in wishful thinking.
2016.
2016.
Nick.
But guess what? On The Price is Right, if you guys are
Nick is skiing right now.
let's not talk about this. I know where we're going. Bye.
Let us know. Bye.
Bye.